Beautiful, what's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and today I'm going to be talking to a new friend. He is a raw vegan with guns, with muscles, baby, okay? Because it's possible. Anything is possible in this world, you understand me? And before we get started, I want to remind you that I have a brand new show. Every single Saturday I go live at noon. And it's called The Raw Misfits Show. So check it out right here on Instagram, live every single Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. We answer all types of questions. This week we are talking about how to be immune to the most contagious disease known to man, mediocrity. Hi, Sherry. So I actually just finished reading your card, Sherry. So guys, I recommend you get a Sherry in your life. I recommend you get some good people around you, because there's no way that you're going to be able to become your greatest version without meeting other people that are becoming their greatest version. It sounds like I'm saying virgin, but version. And Sherry wrote me a card. And I read it before every single live now, because I just need something to make me feel like I'm somebody. Does that make sense? You know, a lot of people go on live. A lot of people come online and they just like fool around and they just say whatever they want. But like, I know how valuable your time is. I know that this is an honor. This is truly an honor. And this is my life's work. This is not a job to me. This is not even a hobby to me. This is my destiny. This is my life purpose, is to help you. Let's be honest, eat fruit and be cute. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, words are so powerful, Lala. Lala? You're right. Sorry, is Alex here? Because if he's here, I'm wasting his time. Alex, are you here? I don't think he's here. Okay, good. So let me just continue. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Sherry, for your card. It means so much to me, and I read it before every single live, and it gives me a little something, you know, a little je ne sais quoi, as Awa would say. So, thank you guys for being here. Alex, are you here? So Alex is a raw vegan, and he is a speaker at the UK Fruit Festival, or he was. And he might be this year as well. And he is a mutual friend of Sherry's and I. It's all about Sherry. And we're going to be talking about building muscle as a raw vegan. We're going to be talking about depression, losing body fat, mental toughness. We're going to be talking about, I want to know his advice on getting fit, because this is one of my dreams, and I make all my dreams come true. Sherry, could you go get Alex? Because I'm not quite sure. I was just speaking to him. So, where is this boy? Where is this guy? But I don't mind. I'll talk the whole time, but it won't be about building muscle as a raw vegan. Let me try to get my hair situated before we start, so I don't touch it the whole time. Where's my fidget spinner? I got it. I literally do have it. Okay, Alex is here, I think. So, yes, and this is a really cool one too, by the way. Because I can't sit still. I just can't. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of my design. It's part of my human design. So, Alex is coming. Where is this? But, by the way, how to be friends with you. You inspire me so much. Oh my gosh. Hi, Boo. Sorry I didn't get to listen to your voicemails yet. I'm so sorry. Okay, so give me a few more days. Okay, Boo? Jabet Beltran. I don't know how to say your name, but I promise you I will get back to you ASAP. We're already friends. If you are doing the things that I'm doing, we're connected. Do you know that oh, hi, Alex. Is Alex here? Alex requests to be in the live. Every time you do something, you are connecting to other beings that are doing that same thing. So every time you eat fruit, you're connected to me. Every time you meditate, you're connecting to other beings that meditate. Every time you're kind, you're connecting to other kind beings. Every time you do an affirmation or think a positive thought, you are connecting yourself to other positive, beautiful people. Oh, I'm sorry, Lace Me Organics, you left me a message too. I'm so sorry. I have so many messages to get to. I promise I will. Unity Home Office, love you guys together. Who are we talking about? Me and Sherry? Because that's cute. I love me and Sherry together too. What? So, okay, Alex is here. Yay! Hi, Alex. What's up? So, I see a lot of other people have requested to join, but I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk to Alex. Okay, he requested. But everybody else that requested to be on, send me a DM and let's do a live together. I love talking to people, especially people that are doing things that I want to do, which is Alex. He's fit, he's raw, he's conscious, a conscious being, taking care of himself, the animals, the planet, and getting fit too. And that's one of my goals. So let's bring Alex in finally. Sorry, Alex. Long intro. Hello, sir.
I'm
Hi, how are you?
fine. Do you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Amazing. Cool.
Okay,
Nice.
you figured it out.
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
So, I want to talk to you about many, many things. Can you please start us off by telling me a little bit about your raw vegan fitness journey?
Well, okay. To be honest with you, my fitness journey began way before I went vegan and then raw vegan. So I started lifting like 15 years ago or something. But back then I was a typical like a gym bro eating like a chicken, rice, and broccoli. Well, it wasn't bad. It was just normal, I believe, right? And then lots of things happened in my life, and probably one of them was I struggled with kind of really bad long time depression. And this is what happened. Actually, that was really funny because the guy from NHS, I'm in the UK, he just said, okay, well, because I needed some prescription and I went to official routes and things like that. And he just boldly mentioned, like, hey, do you want to talk to one of our nutritionists, like in NHS? Maybe it will make your life a bit easier as well. And I was like, okay, it sounds really suspicious because back then, trust me, you were not able to find maybe more anti-vegan person in the world ever. I was so against it because it was against all my belief in terms of like fitness related diet and it's like low protein and things like that. And I was like really skeptical. I was like, okay, I'll go. And actually, there was a lady and she didn't tell me much, but essentially the bottom line of her message was, man, you should probably try like high fiber, less protein, definitely less stimulant add-ons like salt, sugar, pepper, or any other things. Basically reduce some level of like um, entertainment from your food, if you like, because she was saying me, you are using food for a wrong reason. Okay, you're trying to kind of compensate some of your mental issues with food, and by doing that, lots of fiber, less protein, like more whole foods will allow you to kind of probably live a bit better life. And I was like, sounds like a vegan diet, really. I'm like, what? But anyhow, I gave it a go, and I've given up lot. Well, in general, I always ate like more like healthy whole food because my background is from the Soviet Union, where let's say up to the age of 16, I wasn't introduced to, let's say, common junk food at all because my country was isolated, and we ate like a regular normal cheap diet like meat, dairy, potatoes, buckwheat, but everything was like a normal and home cooked. This is what I was doing all my life. And then I eliminated lots of meats and like a dairy as well, because I never really enjoyed dairy, like more likely. And then I started, okay, what if I start eating more grains, like, or even beans, like, and eventually, the long story short, I transitioned to, let's say, whole food vegan diet, WFPB, how do they call it? Essentially, like a low fat, whole food vegan diet, cooked, yes, but the second point was because, again, I was always about bodybuilding, which means we're constantly solving this tricky equation of being fit, not eating too much, but still enough to get lean and but strong at the same time. So what it means, essentially, you always prioritize volumized food. All bodybuilders understand that the volume is the key for everything. So
Can
for me,
you explain that? Volumized food? Can you explain that?
volumized, big in volume. Like, if you imagine like steamed broccoli or steamed potatoes, for that matter, or steamed cabbage, it's big in volume and low in calories at the same time. And
Yes.
look,
Okay.
when you don't put like oil or butter on this kind of things, that was natural. And then transitioning further and further, I realized that actually, if I eat raw, like raw vegetables mostly, it will give me even more advantage in this endeavor. More volume, less calories overall, and win-win. And eventually, I realized that, well, I can easily eat all my vegetables raw, mostly. Yes, raw broccoli is probably harsh. I can do that because I'm a dedicated, like, a fitness guy, but probably for normal individuals, it's not the case. But any leafy greens, raw, perfect. And also giving up legumes as my main source of protein as well wasn't really difficult, because I found sprouting. Whew, sprouting was huge. I embraced it, like, was covered by these cans with growing stuff. I loved it. But then I decided, okay, if I just increase the volume of greens in general, I can probably give up even legumes, because I can still sustain my level of protein. And this is where the transition happened. Someday I realized that I can eat predominantly raw, even my protein from greens, different greens, some probably seeds like flax seeds. When I blend it, I can do my, let's say, one gram per kilogram of protein I can do easily. If I push it, I can even do 2 grams, what, let's say, the majority of bodybuilders in the common sense recommend. But anyways, and yeah, and this is where I, again, well, this 80-10-10 book was also an interesting story, because I read it way before I became vegan and things like that. And I read it and I was like, Jesus Christ, so nonsense is that? It's just absolutely ridiculous stuff. Like, you eat like 80-10-10, okay, protein already questionable because it's not too much. Uh, and also carbohydrates. It's not even glucose, it's fructose mostly, because it's fruits based, and like, whew, so bad. But so I abandoned that. And after that, all this story I have just told you, I remembered this book, I reread it, and I was like, apparently it looks like I'm doing exactly that. So I just literally refreshed some stuff from that book because it nicely summarized it for you. And yeah, and now I'm already like probably 2 solid years fully raw straight, and probably I stopped counting because I don't like saying I'm exactly 3 or 4 years, because people can find some information about me back in the day saying, hey, you are kind of not really honest here. So yeah, and the only one interesting thing I can recall is that my raw journey started mostly from vegetables. I kind of was a bit scary about too much fruits because, again, glucose, fructose, too much, like this fatty liver business, those kind of thing. And I pushed on vegetables. And after a couple of months, I realized that it's tough. I was chewing all the time. I was blending. I was like eating like raw rutabaga. I'm not sure how to call it in
Yes.
rutabaga. Okay, that's a good one because it can be cooked as well, but it can be eaten raw as well. And I even tried raw potatoes. It's still eatable technically. You will not get poisoned, but of course, it's just no. It's not the food for normal individuals. So I tried multiple things, and then I found, again, in Facebook, I found an information about the UK Fruit Fest back in 2020, 20 to 2020. Yeah, and when all this COVID era was like booming, and I went there, and then like because I was kind of enforced to eat what was there, and it was mostly fruit, uh, at least like 2/3 of the day, and then I realized, okay, damn it, I mean, one week will not break me. Nothing will happen, none. So I embraced it full, kind of cold turkey, breakfast, lunch, fruits, almost 100%, and then for dinner, like salads and things like that. And after that, I realized that yeah, this is where I'd like to be because it's so easy, and it's cheap, and it makes my life, again, easy as hell. So yeah, this is kind of not really short but summarized version of how I came where I am at the moment.
Wow, I have so many questions.
Go.
Okay,
Good
so
for.
first of all, so basically eating a high fruit diet at the UK Fruit Festival changed the game for you.
Oh yeah, it was a realization, like when for breakfast I came for the first breakfast, and I was like, okay, we have watermelons and melons, and that was kind of it. I was like, that's interesting. No, I love watermelons and melons. They're tasty, 100%. And I was like, okay, I ate like 2 kilos or 3 kilos of watermelon. Of course, I've got this thing called melon belly. That was even painful to begin with. Now I'm more capable of eating this stuff without like being in pain. And after a few hours, I realized that, whew, the feeling was amazing. Lots of energy, but that's fine. Energy is just a matter of calories, how much you're putting in, that this is where it's coming from. But general understanding of my well-being after watermelons and melons was amazing. And I said, yeah, this is what I'm going to do further and further. And also for dinner, that's fine. I mean, uh, salads were amazing, and so I loved it as well.
I
So
love it.
that
Can
changed.
you, I'm so
After
sorry.
that, I abandoned that humongous amounts of veggies I blended just to get my calories in. That's the thing.
So wow, this is incredible. So we are getting a lot of questions about what you eat. Someone asked, I've never seen a picture of you eating nuts. Do you eat any nuts or seeds, Alex?
Mm, to be honest with you, like it depends what you mean by that. I don't eat them like a meal. I use them strategically and deliberately when I somehow decide that I need to. Like I was like, well, maybe I should a bit add more fat to my diet in general because for a couple of months I'm running on so low fat, and this is where it's coming from. So if I add 15 grams or 20 grams of flax seeds into my smoothie, I don't even feel it. It's just goes in, and my my psyche is telling me, okay, man, you satisfied some omega like requirements. But again, no, answering your question straight, no, I don't like put a bunch of nuts in front of me, and I don't eat them like this. Maybe I explain it to myself in a way that in my, let's say, bro bodybuilding days, I always was like a fat scared individual because fats are coming with lots of calories, sometimes unnecessary. And also, I found again over the years that my body actually performs pretty okay on low fat. I know some people are different, and maybe females in particular, they do need it, and it's not for me. And I'm not extrapolating this for all the people, but me in particular, I'm absolutely fine. Plus, when I'm saying I'm absolutely fine, because I'm again kind of a bit not normal in a way that, for example, I do my blood tests every 6 or 7 or 8 months deliberately for at least like 5 years straight, consistently. Why? Because I'm a nerd in the first place. Second, I'm like a curious individual. And the third, I don't want to hurt myself on the long run. And well, again, my T levels are kind of okay in a way that I cannot really recall what I had before because I wasn't really testing myself in the medical sense before that. But once I started testing, it was always like straight line. That's it. No ups on downs. So that's the thing. So me personally, I run okay or even good on low fat diet. That's me.
So for your typical, I would love if you could just tell us a typical day of eating for you and
Okay,
how many calories you
it's
usually eat.
hell. Very easy. I have a few specifics about me because first, I live alone, and secondly, I'm a minimalist in my life in general. I embraced it again as a consequences of my uh, problems with depression, and I got rid of lots of things and where my psyche changed. But anyways, I eat very, very, very simply. My morning smoothie can be like 2 kilograms of celery, or let's say 2 kilograms of zucchini blended with some flax seeds, for example, and that's it. And I drink this humongous like a blender container, or even I split it in two because it's too big, and that's it. This is breakfast.
Question. I already have questions.
Yeah.
Do you put the zucchini with the peel in the blender?
Oh, yes, yes. Again, it comes
No.
from extreme laziness. I tried to peel it because people say that, okay, pesticides, especially if it's not organic, and at some point of time, I just dropped it. I found that it's too much hassle. No, no, no peel.
So just zucchini in the blender with water?
Oh yeah, of course, like plenty of water. I
Oh,
forgot.
yes. Okay. And what was the
Like,
other thing in there?
huh?
And then there was something else in there?
Flaxseed.
Flaxseed. Wow. Okay. All right.
It
What's next?
the cheapest and probably the most nutritious seed, in my opinion. I guess it's a common sense. Flax seeds are very cheap in the UK, and they're good overall in terms of its nutritional profile. But again, I can skip it as well. I can just blend zucchini, because in the mornings I always want this kind of lots of liquid, lots of like a light volume, but light volume, which goes in and then goes down very quickly, which this is where this thing. But anyways, if I also have like watermelons, yeah, I can eat it, but unfortunately, again, because of my minimalist nature, I want consistency. And again, UK is probably not the best country of relying on watermelons all year round. Well, I'm sorry, it's a wrong country. Yeah. So I have to use what I have.
And what is next? What's the next thing you consume?
Next thing is probably like okay, and again, as a consequences of my minimalism, I embraced full heart cold turkey monomilling. It just works for me perfectly. Like lunch, you asked, okay, 2 kilos of apples, for example. I just wash them and I like sit down, do my stuff and eat it. Or sometimes I'm still a human, so I mostly eat in front of my computer. So yeah, and the dinner or lunch or something in between. Again, when I'm at home alone, making a complicated salad probably is too much effort to me. I can buy like a head of lettuce like not romaine but iceberg lettuce is perfect. Why? Because it doesn't require washing. You just peel off the outer layer and you're done. It's perfect. And a bunch of apples or peaches or plums. I love plums. And again, I put it into the big like a bowl and I like rip it by hands and I eat it. That's dinner. But when I attend festivals, like for example, like this UK fruit, or I went to Austrian fruit fest, of course I eat all these fancy salads and things like that. Yes, I enjoy every single minute. Why? Because somebody else does it for me.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I go to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and that's when I like live it up, indulge. Because yeah, I'm the same way. I never realized, I guess I'm a minimalist when it comes to food. So now, Alex, what is some advice that you would give to people that are eating a high raw vegan diet, and they are working out, but they're not seeing muscle growth as fast as they want to? What is some tips and tricks that you could give to people to help them see results faster?
Well, it depends what exactly fitness goal they have. Probably if, let's say, we're talking about purely like building muscle as a bodybuilder, so not even strength training, like a powerlifter, bodybuilder, which means getting bigger but staying leaner. Well, not always, but again, okay. Well, in this case, if they don't gain muscle, they just train incorrectly. It's still, well, food is still important, but if calories are in place, also like basic protein requirements are met, at least like a gram or 1 gram of body weight in kilos in my world is totally fine. It, of course, if you are a professional on stage bodybuilder, yes, in this case probably it's a different conversation. I'm talking about like a general population who wants to stay in shape bodybuilder alike, but probably not a stage conditioned bodybuilder. So answering your question, probably they should look at their training program instead, rather than watching on the food.
Do you offer training programs for people?
Well, I am a certified personal trainer, yeah. But again, I do consult people when they approach me. But technically speaking, I'm a computer engineer, and I do different stuff in life for like earning money. But sometimes, so coaching people is not my main purpose in life, and well, not the purpose. It's not the main thing I do in life for living. So, but when they ask, absolutely, I can provide a solid program for probably 90% of goals you may have as a general population individual in mind. Absolutely, 100%.
Alex, how often do you work out, and how many hours a day?
I tried, as you can imagine, all possible like cadences and scenarios of training, because I read lots of things. I attended lots of seminars and things like that. So many years. But personally, I embraced what's called high frequency training. Frankly, I can train every day. But again, I'm not saying everybody should do 100%, no, but if it's possible in one particular case like me, absolutely. I do it for many other reasons, and one of them, for example, it's consistent. I don't ask myself, should I go to the gym or train in general today? I always train. If I don't train, I skip. I consider this, I'm skipping. Why? Well, because I have a reason. Fine, it's happening. But technically speaking, what I usually recommend to the majority of people is 3 to 4 times a week strength training, 40 up to 50% minutes session. But again, proper session, not like Instagramming or whatever, like dedicated 40 up to 50 minutes strength training in the gym or at home with body weight. Absolutely enough.
Question. Yeah. What was the last reason that you skipped training?
A couple days ago. Why? Because my shoulder was a bit kind of weird. I slept on the wrong side, and in the morning I felt like, no, it just hurts. Probably tomorrow it will be okay, but for today, no. I'll just do my long walk and that's it. So I don't make a big fuss of it. Also, when you train frequently, missing one workout is nothing. Zero, no impact whatsoever. So that's why.
What do you think, Alex, is like the most effective exercise that somebody could start doing?
There is no one. I mean, they're all good. They all have its purpose, and you need to define precisely, or at least in general, what's your goal. I mean, body weight exercises, for example, in general are good for, again, general population, because they require like a full body movement, and with like push-ups, pull-ups, and squats, even body weight with a certain variation, you're covered. Okay, because a training muscle for growth, it's not rocket science in the way of what you should do. It's called Big Six: vertical push-pull, horizontal push-pull, and then lower body squat and hinge. If you find any exercise covering one of those areas, you're done.
I have a question. Do you have any tips for us on muscle soreness and tightness? Like, do you do any yoga by any chance?
I do a different style of yoga, more exactly one exact exercise called Nauli. Basically, when you are it's for your stomach, for your abdominals. You suck your stomach in, and then you are trying to kind of push and pull your abdominals. Again, it's nothing to do with what's like people usually think like yoga, like stretching or standing in the weird poses. No, I don't do that just because it's not my sport. Is it bad? Absolutely not. It's great if you love it and if you are consistent with that. In terms of muscle soreness, again, in the fitness world, this opinion is kind of split in different opinions. But again, like a light muscle soreness probably is a good indication that you train enough, because if you don't feel anything for a long time, nothing, probably you are not trying hard enough. But if you are completely broken after every single morning, after a single workout, and maybe next morning you feel like you are not able to move, that's too much. But I think it's a common sense. I'm not saying here anything like eye-opening.
So you alluded just now to the fact that if you enjoy something, it will help you stay consistent. I'm curious, do you have any other tips for us on how to stay consistent so that we can get fit like you?
Probably loving and enjoying what you're doing is the thing number one. Like, I don't really believe in willpower as a muscle which you can train. I don't share this concept, absolutely not, because willpower is not what you can like exercise forever. Because for example, you can do for a long time without even noticing things you like, okay? And this tiredness or like boredom never comes. So same comes to training. Like I like, well, for example, me in particular, I've always trained alone. This is what I like. That's why I enjoy it. Okay, nothing bothers me. But if you like to train with a partner, it allows you to be more consistent and don't even think like it's too boring. And but anyways, answering your question, the paramount of everything is to find something you enjoy. I feel really really sad about people who can say I don't like any activity whatsoever, period. It just breaks my psyche. Well, probably I'm just fortunate enough to be born in a way that I like activities, some kind of any from different forms. Some things I don't like. For example, I don't like football. I just simply don't. But like cycling on a bike recreationally, love it. So again, probably it's worthwhile to find something what you can enjoy. Again, it's not something rocket. It's not rocket science.
I love it. I love how you explain that. We have a question. Thoughts on martial arts for fitness? I'm deciding between Kung Fu and MMA. Alex, do you have any thoughts on that?
I do have. First of all, I appreciate martial arts in any form. All styles are great. I don't share this bullshit of like one style is better than another. It's all about a particular individual being able to do certain things better than others, period. But because all martial arts like push to you to a limit, to your like a physical limit, and you have to overcome yourself. It means it's training plus martial arts, especially wrestling, for example. It quite often comes with a perfect combo of strength training plus endurance, because you have to. It's more like a CrossFit activity, if you like, right? In terms of what was this MMA, and what was this first one?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. Well, again, I'm not an expert in both, so I don't want to. My just a common sense probably tell me that MMA probably is a bit more like a dangerous in a way being hurt. But again, maybe I'm just not really an expert in that, because I assume some clever coaches can train people without hurting themselves, them. So I would say, again, if you like MMA, being in this cage and like standing in this position and fight, that's fine. But either way, any of these two will be great if you do it consistently for a long time.
I love it. I love that answer. Question: can apple cider vinegar with lemon juice be taken twice a day, one early morning and one before? So basically, what are your thoughts, Alex, on apple cider vinegar?
For me, it's just yet another liquid, probably with some benefits. But again, do I drink it? No. Did I use it in the past in my cooking? Probably yes, but I don't remember anymore. I don't believe in any magical properties of this thing, of this particular thing, similar to all other things. There's no such thing as one magical food or like magical herb, kakashwagandha or whatever, which gives everything, will turn you into a superhuman. No. Well, apple cider vinegar, organic, fresh, like good quality, probably doesn't hurt you if you enjoy it. But I don't drink it myself. No.
I agree. There's not one thing. It's all the little things, guys. It's all the little things that you do. The little things have made Alex successful. Not one shot of something. But thank you for that. Okay, so somebody said lime water is better than apple cider vinegar. That's interesting.
Lime water in my world is slightly beneficial. Why? Because it's cheaper. It's more consistent that you can, well, apple cider vinegar, you have to go to a shop to buy it in a bottle, which already a bit kind of unusual. But limes or lemons, for that matter, they're everywhere. You just buy it, you squeeze it, you don't even need anything. You just rip it off, squeeze it to your glass, and that's it, and you're done. So if you ask me, I would go for lime water.
Yeah, I love the simplicity of your lifestyle. And I love people that tell people that it's simple. It's not complicated to be healthy and fit at the same time. Alex, we have literally like only a few minutes left because I have something at 2 o'clock and I'm so upset because the hour went really fast. But if anybody has any final questions, please leave them down below. I'll ask them really fast to Alex. I have so many questions that I didn't get to, but I just want to ask you real quick about your mental toughness that you have cultivated. So I believe that you can't really be fit without being mentally tough. And so can you please share a little bit of your experience with becoming relentless mentally and becoming tough enough to push past the uncomfortableness of change? You know, it's not easy to get in shape. It's like, it's uncomfortable sometimes and you don't want to do it all the time. And how do you push yourself?
Put it in a word: tough. I know I don't personally like it. I'm not tough. I'm consistent, yes, and I believe in peace with yourself. If you constantly struggle with some, oh, I'm not good enough, or something like this kind of thing, but it's not being tough. It's opposite. It's to kind of embrace who you are and just follow with the flow of yourself, trying to find your like a true you. This is the thing. Toughness is different. Tough is probably when you can be punched and just go through it and don't complain and things like that. It takes its place sometimes in life, but again, it's not probably what I would put what I prefer to be.
All right. Well, there you go. So basically, go towards what you love and don't struggle to try and make something happen that you don't want to do. Because you said,
absolutely, yes, 100%. And because I've been saying it all over the time, I found that the one word probably which can kind of explain me is consistency in everything. fitness, diet. So the fitness and the diet without consistency, it's all temporarily, unfortunately. And that's the thing.
Yeah, completely agree. How long? Okay, so somebody asked, how long have you been on your fitness journey? To that person, just go to the beginning of the episode. He explained it really well. And yeah, any other questions, guys? I thank you so much, Alex. I really like talking to you. You really inspired me to just focus on the things that I love to do and that I lose track of time doing, you know, physically when I'm dancing or like even like weightlifting or running. I don't think about, oh, you know, I have to do 20 minutes or I have to, you know. So what are some of your favorite ways to work out?
After these COVID times, I changed my way of training probably forever, in a way that it's body weight. I train at home and mostly body weight. I still appreciate and love gyms, but life just happens in a way that I don't have the gym around me where I can go all the time consistently. And I found and embraced the way of body weight training, calisthenics. If you like weighted calisthenics, absolutely fine as well. So this is how I train, and I can train anywhere. I'm currently in Spain, and I just did my push-ups, handstands, and squats, all good. So
Question, do you do a certain amount every day and then you do a little more the next day, or do you do a certain amount of time?
yes, because in bodybuilding, which I love as a cadence of training, there is a saying, say, harder than the last time. Yes, I have this kind of psyche mindset that I have to push a bit harder than the last time, because if I stay on the same level, there is no adaptation, it's no progress. So pushing harder, not much, not too much, 100%, because overdoing is still possible, but striving to do one more rep, probably one more second, and things like that.
There you go. I love it. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate your time and with and sharing with us. Let's definitely do this again soon. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. And yeah, have a great day, Alex.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.